20 Infinity.
96.7 The Beat, the A's, hip hop and R&B. I am Moran, the man. You're tuning in to 20 Infinity Live. And y'all, today's amazing. Today's so amazing. I'm in the presence of Lionbabe. They threw me in the Lion's Den. I'm so happy, so grateful. Life is amazing. They are doing a show here in Atlanta, GA. How y'all feeling?
Good.
Feeling nice.
We love Atlanta. We're really happy to be back.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's like every single time when y'all come to the city, it's like y'all always come on like a day that's kind of like random, but people always show. No, I'm serious. It's like people always show up and show love. So y'all have some dedicated fans.
Yes,
Yes,
I love it.
So how
We're
does it
random.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being random. Nothing wrong with that. So how does it feel for y'all to be where y'all are at in y'all career? Because, you know, the music is amazing, and it seems like anytime y'all do something, people react, and the reaction is always positive. Anybody?
I think we're definitely feeling just good about where we are and what we're making. We're really making the music we want to make, and the fans that have been riding with us since the beginning, I think, are happy with this project, and the tour has been really receptive. So it's always just wonderful to kind of put all your heart into something and then know that the people that you're doing it for are liking it also. That's really the goal, is just creating more of what already started this all off in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, we're definitely really happy with the music. This is some of our favorite music we've made so far. So I think on every level, our favorite tour so far, just, you know, we're able to take, you know, what we learned from past projects, past tours, and just put into this and make this one even better. And, you know, I'm sure we'll do it the same thing next time.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what is something that y'all learned on y'all growth? Like maybe there was something that y'all weren't doing before that you picked up now?
I mean, we learn something every single day. I think just constantly you're trying to tweak and make whatever you're doing better, or how could I have done this differently? I think just as artists, we have more of a overarching understanding of what we're trying to do and when we're trying to do those things, so we can like plan accordingly. Because I think when we first started, we just made Treat Me Like Fire. It was dope, amazing moment, and catapulted us to just starting to make this a career. But now we can like really plan, like, oh, all right, this is going to be the album, like this is the vibe, we see this in the future. So really just having time to execute a vision is like it makes everything much clearer and much more fun.
Absolutely. Do y'all go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to add to that, you know, just, yeah, I think this time, you know, before we were definitely winging it, and we're always winging it. We're always just like not trying to think too hard and just
learn something new today.
Flow.
Did you just do the whoa? Did you just do the whoa?
I did my own, I don't know.
Oh, the shoulder roll. Okay.
I might do a whoa later.
You got to do one on camera.
But yeah, I think this time around it was just cool. Like after you do that, you can also be like, oh, we kind of have a better understanding of this and like what we're trying to do. Yeah, absolutely.
So when it comes to this, do you think it's safe to say that y'all have also been able to grow stronger in y'all relationship through this process?
Yeah, I think, you know, our main goal, especially with this tour, is people know us, but they do always think, they're like, oh, is she just the singer? Is she Lionbabe or whatever? So we really wanted to make sure that people knew we were a band and a duo. And so, and also just Lucas is so talented and does so many things in the band, you know,
gas
like
him up,
he's playing guitar, he's playing keys, he's playing his MPD and like programming the whole show. So just having moments for people to see that and to know that like it's really the two of us up here. I think that was a really main goal, because, you know, and for me that makes it more interesting. Like I would never want to do this by myself.
Wow. Interesting. Good.
Yeah.
They should give you your points, man.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Thank you.
It's a real one. Dope. So do y'all ever feel any pressure to keep up with anything that's going on? Because one thing that I do like about y'all have a very distinct sound. I can say, like, when I'm listening to Lionbabe, y'all don't sound like anybody. I mean, clearly y'all have influences, but y'all sound like y'all, you know?
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. You know, I think it is just, we're really trying to be as honest as we can be. And when we do that, we're not really going to end up sounding like anyone else. We're only going to sound like us. So it's great to kind of have your eye on what's happening. I think we always just want to be connected to the younger generation, the older generation, whatever's going on. We want to be plugged in, and we also just like are regular people, so we're gonna hear what's hot out, and like we're gonna hear like, oh, this is a new sound, blah blah blah. But then we also just want to stay true to, like, you know, what we've always been creating and what we pull from, which is like that old like 70s, 90s, like the retro sound and stuff. We don't really want to leave that because that's just so much a part of what inspires us in the first place. So
yes.
Yeah, I think I'm always looking to see who's giving me something that I'm like, oh, this is like, that's really dope, you know. But I think I pull a lot still from the past, I would say.
Dope.
Yeah, I think we kind of like
put a mic to your face.
We think we know our Lionbabe influences, like the kind of records and kind of sound that since the beginning that we kind of tapped into to create our original sound, like whether it's tunes we were sampling or pulling influences from. And I think we're just further diving into that. But we always are ready to switch it up or take something new, and even that formula, and like kind of always change it up, always add something new that is gonna make it special the next time.
Does that become stressful? Because I'm pretty sure as a producer you might have this really, really cool drum pattern today, and then Wednesday, oh my god, this sucks now, let me do something different. And then the album has to be done next week. Like, does that ever become stressful?
Yeah, I mean, that always happens. You always make something, and it's like definitely, a couple days later, that's the real test if you're still feeling it or not. But I think what we try to do in general, which is whether it's the beats or the songs or the whole record, is, unfortunately we were able to do that with this project this time, is give ourselves a little bit of space. So really go in, make it like whatever you're feeling in the moment. Don't like judge yourself or nothing, like, is this us, is this not us? Just really let it go and put it out, and then you can always come back like a week later and listen to it and be like, are we feeling that or not? And with this project we really tried to just make a whole bunch of music, and then be like, okay, what are the 12 tracks we're really feeling that should come together, or whatever, however many it is, and then so definitely the time helps give you some perspective.
Dope. Would y'all say that y'all are y'all biggest critics?
Yes.
Yeah. So like if she
maybe my dad.
Oh wow, okay. So I gotta know, let's say, and totally not trying to throw you under the bus, because I've never been to a recording with y'all before, but let's say she's singing and it doesn't sound the way you think it should sound. How do you correct it? How do you tell her, like, what is your approach?
I'm just usually like, just honest, and we just say, oh, what do you think about trying something like this? So, I don't think I think, and Jill's never like, oh, what, like, no, throw the mic away, smash everything.
I quit.
It's never like that. She's like, okay, and obviously any reference, sometimes it's better to do that. And also with me, like, if I'm like doing something, like, I don't know what chord to put here, I don't know how to make these drums feel, I'm always like, Jill, what do you think this should be? What do you think this should be?
Right. Right.
I think definitely with us, we're open to each other, and we know that each of us are just really trying to get whatever we're doing at the moment, whether it's music, whether anything, to the best point. So yeah,
absolutely. That's tight. So one thing, again, going back to y'all originality, we talked about taking time to figure things out. What are some steps that y'all took to really figure yourselves out as creators and as artists? Because in the internet era, a lot of people see this and they think this happened overnight.
Of course.
And it didn't. So what are some things that y'all did to really put yourselves in check?
Our first album we made with a major label, so that was a whole other beast to kind of live in, and there's a lot of opinions in your head and all this stuff, and for me it's just like not the best environment for me to thrive in the best light. So once we got back, we got our studio, which was like number one on our list of priorities. Having a creative space, yes, it really did change everything, because then you kind of can assess what you're lending your time to and what you're doing. So I definitely think as we're making Cosmic Wind, I just knew I needed to just go out and explore, like, myself, my life, just move spaces, move and do different things. Like, I just took an art class and just like trying to explore different parts of New York City that I haven't really been to, like hanging out with friends I hadn't seen in a minute. So just trying to like reconnect to a different side of myself, because obviously like we love Lionbabe, but once it popped off, like it kind of took over both of our lives. So we've been spending like nonstop time with it. So I think to just get new inspiration, sometimes you got to like step out of what you're always doing. So
totally.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think when we were working on the last project, it was our first project. Treat Me Like Fire is the first song we ever made. That was the first song Jill ever wrote.
Oh, wow.
Sang.
I know.
We recorded the first thing. So, people might not really expect that. They might have heard the song because obviously we love the song, and it did a lot for us. It started this whole thing off. So I think I thought we were a little more established when we first came out than we were, even like the label. So all of a sudden it was like, well, you gotta write this whole album. Like, oh, we really just made one song like a year ago. So there's a lot of developments to still go on.
Yes.
So at the time we tried a lot of things. Tried working with a lot of different people. Some of it was amazing. Some of it didn't work out as well. And I think we just learned from that experience a lot, like what we like doing and what we don't like doing.
Dope.
And then, and I think also when we just look back on like the music people mess with the most, I think is the stuff that was really purely us, like the songs that maybe we just made the two of us, or something that we might have really believed in. For some other stuff, it might be like, oh, it felt like more like we were just trying something out.
Right.
But in the end, it wasn't really feeling like us. So it gave us more confidence, I think, just to really do 100% what we were feeling.
That is tight. That is tight. So how were y'all able to make it through the dark times? Like, how were y'all able to stay positive and focused?
It was hard, but I love a glass of wine.
Okay.
Also the music.
And there's 2 bottles right there.
2 bottles on my rider.
Is that some Crown? Do I see Crown Royal?
Hey, you're giving all of our secrets away. No, I think honestly though, the moments throughout it all, like when we were making music that we liked, which happened in our first record and happened a lot, those things like kept us afloat. I think we're like, okay, this is dope, like we still have this, and like we always knew we had Treat Me Like Fire. So really just always checking in, being like, okay, remember how did we start? It was just the 2 of us and we did this. And so just a reminder of like, you created something, that's what people responded to, so that's already there. So however you move through everything else, that's like what you always have to just come back to yourself. That's kind of like what I'm doing as a regular person, coming back to myself, but also in the music, it's always a good reminder to just be like, okay, just remember like this is what started it all, and just don't forget that, because that's a good little secret token to have with you.
Absolutely.
And I think also, as we developed, we were able to like really put our team together. The
Team.
people we see and work with and talk to every day. That was huge and really held it down for us. And to be honest, I think the fans and just people reacting, going to shows, like you might have a down day, you're not feeling, but when you see someone posting how they love a song and you see it influence someone, or someone's like a little video where they're dancing with their kid or something, singing the record,
The babies.
the show, that definitely helps a lot, because it just shows that people are reacting, people are feeling, you're kind of putting something out of the world that is making someone feel something.
Yes.
And that makes you feel something back, and it feels great. Yeah.
That's dope. And you got to, think about it too. Like in about 10, 15 years, there will be some creative artist that will say Lionbabe inspired me.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So in closing, we always like to, drop off gems with the amazing people that we talk to.
Mm-hmm.
So what is some advice that y'all can give to anybody who's on the come up trying to do music? I want to be like Lionbabe. I want to make beats. I want to sing. I want to go on tour. I want to work with Childish Gambino. I want to do all this cool fire stuff. What is some advice that Lionbabe can provide for the people?
Well, be nice.
Yes.
Be grateful, be humble, and show people your real energy. And I think if that's a gracious energy, people will want to do things with you and they'll want to help you out. Yes. Just look people in the eye, be present in
yes.
the moment, and be thankful that you're even getting to do this in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Dope.
And definitely just do your best to know yourself, which might sound easier than it is, but I know it can definitely be a tough thing. Know yourself, know what you're good at, know what you might need some help in. What I mean? So then you just know where to take it and what your goals can be and like what you're really trying to achieve. Absolutely
Loved all that. Lionbabe, y'all definitely dropped off some amazing gems. Congratulations to y'all on y'all success. Show here tonight at the Loft. Y'all are amazing. I rock with y'all heavy.
Thank
and
you.
Instagram, Twitter, plug yourself right now, plug this album, whatever y'all got coming up, let the people know.
We got Cosmic Wind, our new album, out right now. You can get it on all platforms, at Lionbabe, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of it. Just Lionbabe, you'll find us.
Yep. Yes.
Absolutely, there it is. So you promised that you would do the whoa on camera. So you got to you promise. Like, oh, that works. I'm Moran, the man, 20 Infinity, Lionbabe. We out.